halfway up. Hey, recording's in progress. I love the voice. It's really soothing. Also, Julie, I know you haven't had a chance to yet, and Johnny's been demanding it. But do you want to give Johnny some attention right now for what he's doing with his
What are you talking about?
Oh, wow.
He's me and Leo were literally just talking about, now that you're taking on full prep team responsibility, we should give you an accountability. And Johnny's like switching this up, and he's like, I'm like,
I was amusing myself. I was
Yeah, I was
amusing
like-
myself.
I was like, no, it's time to give Johnny some attention. He's doing his thing, so we got to do the thing. All right, let's get this going, y'all. Hey, everyone, happy Tuesday. Different day than we normally do it, but I'm still really happy we get most of the team here. And it's been a long time since I've seen y'all in person because I was gone for a while. So let's go around the bend with things that positive things in life that happened before last week. I'll start. I got to see family. I got to cook. I really like cooking. I've learned that about myself, and I feel like I'm instantly a good 5 years older and a dad with no kids. But that's okay. I got to eat spicy wings and I got to cook. So that was sweet. Julie.
Pretty much same. This was the first New Year's that I got to hang out with my family and I wasn't working. So I did that and that was a bunch of fun. And they left town. Back to normal. Yeah.
Well,
But it was cool.
I'm glad that they went out to my family would not come out here. So
Yeah.
I'm glad you got to. That's awesome. Yeah. Let's go to Johnny.
Mine was the exact opposite, actually. This was the first year that I wasn't with my family for New Year's, and I was working, but that was okay. That was really fun. I enjoyed seeing we had the sparkler things, and it was really fun. Those went off at midnight. It was a really fun wedding. Photo was not bumping as I thought it was, so that was kind of a boring kind of event. But I was like trying to reel people in and stuff. So that's that. I also discovered a really cool thing that I can do with the Superman hoodie on a Zoom call. So, yeah.
You in fact did that. It's true. Mylena.
I got to watch my dad in a movie.
Your dad was in a
On
movie.
Netflix. Yeah, he was just an extra. It wasn't anything crazy. He
Was it in
White
Glass Onion?
No, he was in the movie White Noise. And he was
shit.
the new.
Still big.
I just saw that.
Holy
Yeah,
fuck, that's really
the
cool.
new movie with Adam Driver.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's at the end. He's pushing Adam Driver when they go into like the church.
Spoilers.
It's like way at the end. It's not. No, it's not a spoil. It's way at the end, but he's a big guy, and you see him running like and pushing the gurneys. It was really cool to see him in it though.
That's super cool. I mean, that film's also made by the same people who made Marriage Story, which if you haven't seen that movie touches you. It's also Adam Driver. That's cool. That's awesome. Yo, my dad was in Major League, the film. Like it was filled at the old county stadium in Milwaukee, and they just wanted to make some beer money for college, so they just were like extras in the stands, but they got featured, so they got extra beer money. Ooh.
Oh my.
All right, let's break this down now. If y'all notice, I just invited everyone to a reoccurring meeting on my calendar, as I wanted to make sure, because like I was like, all this confusion that I have, at least I was like, you know what, let's make things a little more systemized. So Johnny, I know you mentioned it. Basically I just put it on a Outlook event, so we know that we're doing it every Monday. It's called a level 10. This is based off of new accountability that me and the fellow managers are having, so that we make sure that EOSs don't go unattended, to make sure that, we're celebrating things where they can be, holding ourselves accountable for like quarterly projects and such. But level 10 it's kind of a little bit of a light level 10. We'll call it like 8.5, but you'll see I laid out an agenda, and I want to make sure that we have a meeting pulse that keep it regular. We've been doing pretty good, so I just want to make sure that we stay on top of it. So first thing on there is review of the EOSs and the scores from last week. We were at 75 for prep. Unfortunately, one of the events got sent out with not enough media. It was the last minute event, that black and white filter event. And we had to do some accommodations. Thankfully, even though I was in Minnesota, we were able to figure it out, which is great. Also, Mylena, I know that you were investigating the extent of that booth. Do we set it back to black and white glam at the end of that of before we packed it back up?
Yeah, I had set it up so that, well, I didn't like fully set it up completely. Like, I just was messing with it to make sure that everything was good, and then I was just gonna, because it didn't have like the little foreground. It didn't have that yet.
Okay.
So I had left it alone and I didn't touch it since
Uh,
we had messed with it that day.
Okay, so then someone else set up after that. Johnny, do you know, did you set up the
Yes, yeah, that was, yeah. Was
So we
there an
had-
issue with it?
Yeah, it didn't have the filter on when it got there. The black and white glam filter.
Well, Elena and I got it put up. There should be a photo in the tray. There might not be, but there should be a photo. I believe we got it where it could be either or.
Right.
That was on there whenever we had packed it up.
I guess I'll do a little more investigation, but essentially Ryan, the owner of the company, he was at that event and he said that it was not black and white glam filter. So I don't know exactly, like, and I had to talk Wayne through to get it up. We got it up, but there's a bit of a black eye. So yeah, Melina.
For that event, that's the one where they wanted to do both, like the original and
Yeah, it was
black
that
and white.
one. Yeah, that wanted both. But I even talked to Wayne and I said, after the photo is taken, does it give you an option to pick either? And he said no. So I basically in the end, I think we learned a few things. Thank you for investing in that, Melina. That's good information and it's
Okay.
gonna help the sales team. Let's make sure that when those filters go out, that it is set like that and that it just sets up and it does it and we don't touch it again. We'll take a look at the photo, Johnny, to make sure that it is that black and white photo. And then the translation of if we're doing both goes through me to the person. So as long as we know what's up, that's all that matters. But we also just make sure we send out the right amount of media. It wasn't a matter of amount of media. It's that we sent one of it with the wrong media. We sent a 620 media with a 40 printer. So
Yeah, that's my bad.
looking at it though, it's our first miss in a while. Granted, we had a few weeks with like actual no photo, but we make a mistake, we recover for it. That's why we have a system. That's why Rock House is Rock House. We got a warehouse, someone on call, send stuff out. So let's not look at it negatively. Let's just make sure that we are staying on top of our stuff. Johnny, you mentioned in your EOS mirror power was blinking out on yours. Was it a faulty cord?
I don't really know, because it would be like, it would take a picture and then it wouldn't take a picture and a screen would pop up and it would say something along the lines of check the connection or something. And then as soon as I hit try it again, it would just work again. So I don't know where that issue was even coming from, because it wasn't caught in beforehand, and it stopped after I literally like unplugged everything and plugged it back in. Like I took a second to do that. And then it was fine the rest of the night until the very last photo again. It did it for the fourth time. So I don't know, maybe it is a wiring issue. Maybe it was a computer. If anything, it's a computer to camera cord issue. So we could just replace that cord and see if that checks out.
Let's do that. Then give it a look. The only
Nice.
it was a very slippery pen, so you feel it slippery. The only photo we need to get to John is that mirror booth. So when we do that, just pop it back open and put it on and just like try like switch the cord out and see if that does it. Is it the cord like the one that goes from the hot shoe to the camera?
No, the camera to the computer, like
Alright.
the USB one.
To like a USB-A kind of situation?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Replace it. Let's see if that does it. Julie, the DJ rig from, so I think I forwarded you the email.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. I think from what I read, it's the turning dial up top.
Okay.
And the headphone
Headphone
jack. It's like that's one that we might have to hand off, but let's just set it up and double check before we hand it
Okay.
off to production. Marlena, let's so that's the EOS stuff. Let's talk about stuff for the week. Just remind myself what I put on the agenda. Trying to like stay true to this. So photo plan. How's the photo plan looking for this week?
Lovely. We have 5 photos going out. And then I've already set one up. One's a mirror booth, and then the other 2 I haven't like fully looked at. I was gonna say there was one that I think that I couldn't find information on, but I think I ended up figuring it out, so that was a lie. But for the most part, everything is set up and ready to go for the week for us to like get going.
Good. I would love this to be the opportunity for Elena to show Johnny. Are you in tomorrow? No,
I'm here Thursday.
Thursday. Okay. Well, Melina, I think you're in on Wednesdays, right?
Yeah, I could go in on Thursday if need be.
We'll talk with Elena, but or even Julie. Like, I think you're not in when. Are you in? You're in tomorrow, right?
No, I was coming in
Thursday.
today.
Just today. Okay. So tomorrow will be the opportunity for Elena to show y'all 360 booth setup
Mhm.
and how that looks. So that's going out. It needs to be ready by Thursday night because like even earlier, like maybe even to like by Thursday, like first thing or even tomorrow, because they're leaving at 5:30 a.m. on Friday to go to Kentucky with the 360 booth. So let's just make
Okay.
sure that it's like ready, good to go. We have all the pieces. Follow the flex quote for the things on there. But if you have any questions, let me know. I'm the one that made the thing happen. So that, and yeah, let's just do that. And this is a good week to hand it over because Elena is my other thing here on the list is she's starting to step away. Elena, you're going to start to step into the shoes. We have the conversation about what your accountability specifically is because Julie has the accountability on the rigs. Johnny is inventory. We all know how to set up photo, which is one of the main thrusts. But what are things that maybe we can look at? And if that's like, maybe photo plan's not my thing, maybe we reevaluate how we can make some of those things work. Maybe Johnny goes to that. I know you had some ideas about whiteboard and you can do inventory or what have you. But the idea of the prep team is like, we're all accountable to stuff, but we all know how to do everything. So people can go in and out, and that allows the flexible scheduling and such. So let's make sure we all know how to do the things. And then also, if we need to change a bit of accountability, great. Upcoming big shows, another thing I put on the photo plan. There may be a mosaic on the 21st of January. It's a Guardian show. Now, Johnny, I know you've seen the mosaic before. There is a fair to middling chance that if the Guardians team, right now it's a little pricey for them, that they may decide to not do it. They do, you're gonna do it. Johnny, there's fair to middling chance that I'm gonna move you to that event to be the photo manager for that event. You're on another event that day, and I might shift you to that. And I would love to do a setup the day before, like we did for the Akron Marathon, to make sure that everything is in place. So we might be doing a field trip on Friday, doing that thing setup. So hooray. So just heads up. In the Gauge of Zoo stuff, Zoo got extended, y'all. Yeah.
To win.
Saying?
To win.
It's this Saturday. It's already staffed out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we extended. I think the reason why was the freeze days. So they just wanted to make sure that all the guests had a chance to redeem tickets and give them extra time to do it. So it's getting loaded out on the 10th. We can finally get that equipment back after since September? Is that when we loaded in for the first time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
So when it gets back, let's give it a nice one over just to make sure, see where the things are at, because they've been gone from home for a while. They're going to come back on the 10th of January when all of Wild Winter Lights and all of our stuff gets loaded back. That is what I have on my thing. Let's do a quick little check. I know we talked about availability. You're in just this week, this week, right?
Just today.
Just today.
Unless like I could probably Thursday or Friday.
Just take a look at the end of the week.
What's
Yeah, like I'd almost be even more inclined to be like, let's start to like put a piece of tape on for shows that have DJ rigs. You know what I'm saying? Like when after you have one, it's looking good, it's working well. Be like, okay, so boop, like DJ rig 1 for week this. Like we know that one's going out. You know? You know,
Like when I'm putting it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I'll talk. I don't know.
I mean, I typically stack it so that everything that's done is up at the front. and
Great.
It's like really like legible. That
Julie,
it's-
that's even better idea than mine. I love that. Yeah, just keep doing that then.
Well, yeah, as long as they take it.
All right. What I'll do is I'll bring up the meeting that I have next week and be like, hey, if you want to know all things that QC are at the front, take it from the front. Makes sense. You have to carry it less. What a magical day. Right? So just check, I think it's like 5 shows that are going out that need DJ. So as long as we know they're working, and I'll check that one, it should be good. Open floor. Anyone have any thoughts, comments, concerns, things they want to throw out there? Nada. Limonada. All right. If you haven't gotten your card yet from me, please do make sure you grab it downstairs. I appreciate all that you guys do. We will do something at some point, I think this month. I think it's about time for us to like celebrate. Just feels right. I don't know what it'll be. We'll figure it out. But you guys have been doing good work in the holidays, and I think, you know, let's keep consistent. We got a sales show on the 21st. So I think we're all kind of building up to something nice at some point. So let's call it from here. Appreciate everyone, and Discord's open, so if you need anything, do it. Oh, one more thing. Sorry, this is my nerdy thing. I almost forgot this. So Elena, I know I mentioned this, but I popped into Discord just now. The 1 hour and 40-minute documentary about lines, waiting in lines. I was captivated. Now it's connected to Disney and the fast pass system, so there's like a certain like element to it. However, recently in EOS, Johnny had Keith had a show where it was very busy for him as a solo host. And I'm gonna raise my hand right here, and people can join me if they want to. Who has ever experienced being a photo host and the lines are really crazy, a little bit untenable at times? Yeah, my hand's there. I'm right there. What this means is I think this is an opportunity for us to maybe make some kind of rule of thumb or something for sales, being like, let's maybe try to transform the product or do something better. I'm going to send an email to the sales team. I'm sending it out on Monday, or no, I'm sending out this week so that on Monday in our sales meeting can be like, let's look at this, please. Thank you. See things. I did things. And I'm sending it to sales. I would love for you all to give it like a little once over, because I'm thinking things like maybe we need to make switchback lines so they loop back and forth, because people are going to less leave lines if they can like talk to each other. And like in a park, it makes less sense, but in a smaller like corporate event, it makes a little bit more sense, because it's like, oh, this is my wife Sherry. Oh, hi Sherry. You know, like kind of situation. Or maybe even like a larger sharing station with a tablet where people can touch while they're waiting. Like there's things that we could do. I don't know. I just want to throw some of that stuff out there. So let's have some blue sky situation, shall we? Anyway, that's it. I'm gonna call it now. Thanks everybody. Peace.
Right.